Okay. So, I have broken this down into 6 modules. Today we're going to be going over module 1 and the training goal. So today's training, this week's training, the goal is how to use social media properly for relationships and marketing, and to have a social media content calendar to stay focused. How does that sound? Throw me up a high five or a thumbs up if that sounds good. Again, you can always share in the chat box too. If I can pull that up. All right, so what we are going to talk about is attraction marketing. That is what brought you guys to doing this beta test group in the first place, right? Is attraction marketing. So I would love in the chat box for a few people to tell me what they think attraction marketing is. Can someone put in the chat box? And this is not letting me see the chat box for whatever reason. Normally I can. Oh, there it goes. And then it disappears again. Well, I'm sure y'all put some great things for whatever reason. I don't know why my computer likes to do different things every week, but it's showing it for a minute and then it disappears. Creating content that attracts potential customers, good. Posts that draw attention, capturing people's interest, getting people to come to you to draw attention, good. Attraction marketing to draw attention, great. Love it. So let's talk about why does what most people post on social media repel instead of attract people? So love to hear what some of you think about that. And we kind of talked about this in the foundational training to help us better understand, but I want to hear what you think. Like, what brought this up more for you? Just put that in the chat box. Too salesy. Okay, so Christine thinks that people are too salesy. When we just try and sell, yes, Virginia. Annoying. It is focused on themselves versus others. Great, Micah. Okay. Guys, I think you've got the idea. So when we advertise, when we have sales, these are our product pictures. Here's the thing, guys, when we put out product pictures, the only people that attracts are those that already love the products, right? Which is great if you want to be able to share all that stuff, but your personal Facebook page, it's just not appropriate for. It's appropriate for our customer member Facebook groups, right? Those are the people that already love the products, so we want to share with them so they can be educated. But just to throw it out there on your personal Facebook page, it's really not appropriate, and it's probably not even appropriate for your fan and business page, and we're going to talk more about why today. All right, so let's talk about the difference between marketing and selling.
Right.
Oh, I hear somebody. Somebody tell me the difference between marketing and selling, because I'll be honest, for probably until I did this, I thought it was the same thing. Okay, so what is the difference between marketing and selling? Marketing is filling a need. Love it, Christine. Anybody else have something? Marketing is sharing that there is a product. Okay. Selling is getting people to buy that product. Good. Selling is convincing. Marketing draws a need. I think you guys have the idea. So let's talk about that. Selling equals talking about your thing. So if you are talking about oils, you're talking about Thieves Cleaner, you're talking about Ningxia Red, if you're talking about those, you are selling. Now, I know that we're guilty of saying, oh, I'm not selling, I'm sharing, right? That's the word that we like to use a lot of times. Here's the thing. Either way, if a product is for sale, it is selling, or it is sharing, it is not marketing, okay? Marketing is talking about your prospect or your target audience, okay? You're wanting to really focus your information on that person, okay? So, can anybody tell me maybe where we're focusing when we're marketing? Like, just if you had to give me one word, tell me what our focus is on when we are marketing from that information that you just received. See what we have here. What is one word that we could focus? Anybody? Their problems, wellness, all right, health, okay. So if we're focusing on that, we still may not be marketing, and let me share why, okay. Remember people, okay. Where our focus is when we're marketing is on people, okay. Remember, people love to buy, they hate to be sold. So when we are talking about products, and I'm going to even say maybe even talking about our service in itself, if that's where our focus is, people are going to feel like they're being sold. But if our target focus is on people, that is marketing. Okay, at least attraction marketing that we're going to be talking about. I have not gone through a marketing business class at the local college, so they may tell you something different. So I want you to ask yourself, am I talking about my product? Whenever you get online, because that's what we're going to specifically talk about, but I want you to think about even when you're talking to somebody. Ask yourself, am I talking about my product? Okay, or are you focusing on the person? So tonight we are going to talk about social media for relationships and marketing. And as you can see, I didn't say social media for selling or sharing, right? Okay. So who's ready to reverse what they've been doing and move forward? Anybody? Ready? Okay. So we're going to talk about the differences between our Facebook timeline personal page for building relationships and marketing. We're going to talk about our Facebook fan business page, and we're going to talk about Facebook groups. And hey, I have lots and lots of printables, so feel free to write down a few notes, but know that I am going to be giving you, well, I have a whole stack right here of pages that you're going to be able to print out. So lots of information tonight. So we're going to talk about all three of those, the purpose of each one, and how we can be intentional in building relationships and how we can market our business. Because building relationships is very important, but we are also doing this because we want to market our business so we can build it and be successful, okay? So we're going to start with our Facebook timeline, okay, and the purpose of it. So your purpose of your personal profile is meant to keep up with your friends and family on a daily basis, okay? This is the place to share personal photos and status updates with people who are close to you. You can also use your personal account to directly message friends or comment on the activity they share on their personal page. So how many people may be guilty of not necessarily using their personal page for social, but for thinking about sales, okay? And you can raise your hand, or you can put in the chat box, or you can just know right here. It's okay. You don't have to share. I know that we've all been guilty probably at some point, me included. But what we don't want to do on our personal page is we don't want to sell or show sales from there, okay? And we don't want to comment while you have to meet their needs on their post. So I've been outside all day, and this isn't me saying this, but you know, we see these posts all the time. I've been outside all day and my nose is running and da-da-da-da. And then we go below when we post something. Now, what you can do is, you know, you can send them a personal message, and you may ask them if they would like to know more about what you have to offer. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how you can do that. So know that there are ways that when you see those kind of posts, we're not just ignoring them, but the place is not there in the comments. And I know we've all been guilty of that, and my house has been included. Okay. Now we're going to talk right now about the 5 steps to building relationships on Facebook. Now, I would love to hear who saw this in the beta test group, and if it made you curious to know what it was I was going to talk about tonight and helped you to get here at this webinar. Anybody see the how-to 5 steps to building relationships on Facebook? Feel free to put it in the chat box for me. Yes, I wanted to know, said Sunshine. Yes. Well, guess what? You are going to get a printable that's going to have all of this information on it, but we are going to go through what they are right now. Okay. So step number 1 is add new friends on Facebook. Okay, I know that sounds pretty simple, right? That we should just add new friends on Facebook, but anytime you meet someone or meet a friend of a friend, send them a friend request, okay? If they don't accept, just move on. If they do accept, thank them and say something like, thank you for accepting my friend request. It was so great to meet you last Saturday with Jennifer. I really enjoyed hearing you talk about your kids. Hope to see you again soon. Okay, so send them something. So I had the opportunity today. I met 2 ladies on the golf course that I was able to send a friend request. I have not been able to get on there since I got home to see if they have accepted that or not, but I definitely can bring up us talking about golf today. So, you know, I've just increased my target audience by 2 if I have these people coming onto my page. And this is just my personal. Comment, like, and use Facebook. This is step number 2. Now, I am going to admit, guys, I have been a lurker and a, I don't know what other words you want to use. I tend to just kind of go through and not necessarily comment and like Facebook as much as I need to. But this really is probably the most important thing that you can do. So if you don't interact with people in the newsfeed, they're not going to see your post. So if you feel like people are not seeing your post, it's probably because they're not seeing your post, okay? That can mean that only 1/4 of your friends actually see all the great things you're posting. So make sure that you are commenting and liking their information. So here is a tip. Make it a point to like and comment on people's photos and posts like it's part of your job, right? Seriously, it's part of building relationships. So that right there has changed my mindset a little bit, because a lot of times when I get on there, I'm like, oh, I need to be working and, you know, I'm looking for something specific, but thinking about liking and commenting as being part of my job really changed the mindset. But remember when we go to Facebook that this is a strategy and that we want to be intentional. So you're going to set aside maybe 20 or 30 minutes in the morning, 20, 30 minutes at the evening to go through your feed and like, comment, and send happy birthday messages. This isn't really the time to be, you know, looking at all the cat videos, right? This is the time to really go through and see what's going on with those people that your friends or your family, okay? And I know how easily is it to get sucked into Facebook, and before you know it, you've been on there for an hour and you got on there. This is me. I get on there to post something, a picture or whatever's going on, and I start doing the whole scrolling thing. And before I know it, I totally forgot why I got on there in the first place. Was I looking for something? Oh, I never posted whatever it was that I was going to post. So we have to be really engaged in what it is that we're going to do, be focused, and go there with a plan, or we can get sucked in. So you can set an alarm so you can get off after that 20 or 30 minutes so that you're not getting sucked in. Okay, here is a fun tip for you. You can utilize the Facebook Messenger to record your voice and send a personalized birthday message. Who here has heard of the helium balloon booth? All right. This is my favorite way to send birthday messages. I even did this to Sunshine on her birthday. I love this because not only is it funny, I do not have to be all made up yet, feeling like I don't want to do a video on somebody's thing. Now you can just do a voice, but the helium to me is hilarious because like I can pick something different every time and I can just be silly. You sound silly. I don't know. Sunshine can tell you if that was fun or not, but I think it's fun. I've sent it to most of my good friends. It's kind of something special I like to do. Hello, how are you? All right. So let's go on to number 3, support your team members. I know a lot of you are great at this. This is another area I'm really, really working on. But when we get on Facebook, we want to compliment our team members, okay? Give out shout outs and thank yous about success, promotions, and anything that really feels good. We want them to feel like they're part of the community. Comments are what makes your post back into newsfeed, so don't be lazy with the likes. All right, so that is number 3. Remember, all of this is on a handout that you'll be able to print out if you don't remember. But step number 4, now this is an area that I have been pretty good about doing, and especially the last couple of years, I had learned about this. And this is about messaging 1 to 3 new people every day. All right, and this is getting into your messenger. Because we always want to be connecting. I'm kind of more of a behind the scenes kind of girl. And so I'm having to really work again, like I said, on liking and commenting and posting more on people's pages. But I have been good about getting onto Messenger and sending stuff. So I like to call it making someone's day, you know, just getting on there. If I've seen that something's happened, maybe, you know, a mom's really having a hard time, I'll just send her something. I like to do that with some of my members is I'll just send them a little comment saying, you know, what I've seen lately, I'm really impressed with, or you're doing a great job, or I love such and such. But this is not the time to invite them to something, okay? So we're not getting on there to say, hey, I hope you're having a great day. Would you like to come to my class on Friday? All right, that's not the point of this. And then it's also great to make sure that you stay organized and that you keep a running list of all the prospects that you're connecting with. So this is really how I like to use my list is I will just have a list of maybe 25 people and I'm just thinking about how I can make their day. So maybe, you know, on Monday, I send maybe 5 messages, a message to the first 5 people, Tuesday, the next 5 for the 5 days. Again, I'm not inviting them into anything. I'm just really messaging them to make their day. Number 5 is be mindful. So remember, social media is about being social, all right? So think about when you get on there, this would be equal to, if anybody has ever lived in a great neighborhood, I have been blessed to have been in a great neighborhood for the last 20 years. It's hard to believe and hard to say, but we used to sit outside all the time and just talk when the kids were small. Think about that when you're getting on here. If someone was having a bad day, man, we were like, hey, you know, let's just talk about it. So send a positive message if they're having a bad day. If they're running their first marathon, congratulate them. If they're hosting a charity event, see if you can volunteer. If they just opened up a new boutique or a restaurant, message them and ask them how you can help spread the word. So be mindful of others and how you can help them. All right. If someone's complaining about a certain ailment, this is what we talked about earlier, and you have a solution for them, that's great. Just personally message them. Don't comment on their post about, you know, a thieves cough drop, is great as it is, right? But you might just say, hey, if I had something that could help with your cough, would you be interested in learning more? And if they reply yes, then that's when you're going to say, hey, I've been using these thieves cough drops. They're great, blah, 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 and let them know that information. But you're going to ask their permission first, okay? And the same thing, maybe you see someone got fired from their job or they're looking for a job. You could personally message them and ask what happened, what they're looking for, because maybe you know people that are hiring, or maybe you're going to find that Young Living is the perfect job for them, and this will open up the opportunity to say the same thing. You know, if I had something that could help, would you be interested in learning more? So that information right there about your personal page and how you can do that is going to be a handout for you. But I also have another 2-page handout that I'm going to have for you that we're not going to go over right now, but it's called Optimizing Your Personal Facebook Page. And you're going to be able to walk through these steps just to see if your personal Facebook page is optimized for building relationships, okay? Because sometimes maybe we have things on there that, again, is going to be screaming, get away from me because I'm going to try and sell you something instead of attracting people. So you will have those 2 handouts to be sharing, or that I'm sharing with you guys. Let me put those papers down for a minute. I've got lots on my desk right now. So our Facebook fan business page, I would love for you to put in the chat if you already have one. If you don't, no worries. But if you already have one, I would love to hear if you do and what the name of it is. So feel free to share that in the chat box for me. So let's see. Yes, Christine said liking is good, loving is better, and that is true. The hearts and everything else, happy faces. Micah says, I don't have one yet. Anita, yes, like a business page. A fan business page is both set up the same way. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Angela says, yes, she's got the Diligent Woman. Drops of Grace. Tina says, I did cancel it and didn't know how to use it. Sad face. Christine says mine is white oils. Great. Good, good. Okay, Angela said Diligent Health. Key Balance Factor. Ooh, I like that. That's a cool name. All right. Well, let's talk about the purpose of having a fan business page. Okay. This is all about your brand and the services you have to offer as a professional in your field, where you bring value to your audience. Now, I can already hear some questions about, I don't know what my brand is, which is why we had the questions to work with our accountability partners last week, because we are going to be working on that, okay? And a lot of times when the word professional is out there, well, I don't know if I'm a professional. Everybody is a professional at something. I would love to do a shout out to Christine. She, actually, Christine, can we unmute you and have you speak for just a minute? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but this last week, she actually used some of the information she learned last week to use in another professional job that she has, which is as a, I want to make sure that I am saying it correctly, but Christine, hello, I see you now. Can we unmute you? You're muted right now. Let's see, there you go. Yay. So what do you do outside of Young Living?
Okay, so technically I'm a housekeeper.
Yes.
But I relabeled myself as a mobile domestic engineer to make it more professional. And so I put a post up last week. The first part of the post was just basically asking a question to my target audience, which is of course more housekeeping clients, but just basically just said, you know, do you work full time, have kids activities part-time, which equals, you know, no time for house or spouse. And then I said that I'm a mobile domestic engineer and I may have a solution for you, or I'm here to help. That's what it said. And then I just asked for comments on what their biggest struggle was inside their household, and that I may have a solution to help them. And it blew up. I stayed busy on that post all day long.
Awesome. Awesome. And I love that.
I should give a little praise report. I actually got I've done 3 posts in the last week, just offhanded, and I have a new client that I scheduled for Friday.
Awesome, Christine. I'm so happy for you. So she used the attraction marketing technique, right? What we call a reverse invite method for her housekeeping, for her other side. But think about I'm going to use Christine for just a moment as an example, if you don't mind, Christine. But that's your brand. Like, people know you as the person that can help them clean things. So who would be the better person to want to know how to clean your home, even if they're not looking for a housekeeper, right? I bet Christine has some ideas that she could help with to help people. So I'm throwing this out just for you guys to kind of think a little bit, but her audience can be both those people that are looking for a housekeeper, or those people that may say, hey, right now, or that maybe Christine's not in their area, I don't need one, but man, I could use some of your expertise on how do I clean my bathtub? You know, and Christine could share that on her page just to be helping people. So I want you to kind of think about, we're all professionals in a field. It doesn't have to necessarily be health and wellness. It could be something like cleaning. So I wanted to use that as an example, but she is bringing value to her audience, okay? You should invite people to like your business page. This is the right place to collect reviews, essential details about your business, and post what you have to offer. And where you market your service, share sales. Now, sharing sales, this would be, again, when it comes to Young Living, that you could share sales, but we may not just want to post a, 50% off of whatever product is for the month. It could be that we're going to do it a little bit differently to get people interested, and then personally message them how they can get that for 50% off. So we'll talk more about that as we're going through these different modules, but I just want you to kind of get an idea. You do not need to have a special name for your fan business page. So when it's called a fan page, that's your name, okay? And a business page is when it's a business name. It can be either. So I have E3 Health, but I could have just Shauna Kale. Really, that's a decision that's going to be based on how you want to do it. But I want you to think about the fact that even if it's your name, that is a brand. Okay, your name will be known as something. So I want you to think about somebody that maybe you know, and I'm going to just throw out Young Living, Lindsay Moreno. Okay, she is a brand. She is her own personal brand. If you know who she is, she wrote a book about social media. Throwing her out since we're talking about social media. But I would say she is the social media guru for Young Living. Okay, excuse me, that would be her brand. Now, you can have a name like I have E3 Health, but I want you to know if you have an oily name, you will probably only attract other oily people. So if you feel like you have a name that has oils in it in some way, and you are not getting people to come to that page, you can change that name. So you might want to look at it. If it's something, I think it was Brenda that has Drops of Grace. People may not even know, oily drops. Like Drops of Grace could be lots of different things. So just know that if it is not getting you the results that you want, you can keep that same page. You don't need to start another page. Sunshine actually made a little bit of a change on her Facebook page, business page. I don't remember exactly what words she took out, but she wanted to make it a little bit less oily. But your goal is to attract non-members to this, remember? So if people, I know we love the oils and we love the products. And so we think, oh, well, as soon as they hear Young Living, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, those are great oils. I want to go there. But if they don't know anything about oils and they don't know anything about Young Living, it's not going to necessarily attract them. If anything, they're going to go, oh, I don't need that. Okay. And then this is the page, your business fan page is where you're going to serve others. Now, remember, your personal page is where you're sharing your life. Okay. I'm going to say more or less about you. This is not necessarily where you're trying to serve others. This is where you are sharing who you are and building relationships. You're giving information about yourself. Okay. Whereas our business page is how we can serve others. So this isn't where we're going to be sharing all of our personal everyday going ons. This is where we're going to be how we're serving people in a business sense. All right. Now, I have for you, if you do not have a Facebook fan business page, or if you do and you want to look at this too, I have a handout called How to Create a Facebook Fan Business Page, and it also has on here a YouTube video that you can watch if you're more of one of those people that like to watch videos, and if not, it's 2 pages of walking you through click by click on how to set that up. I highly recommend in the next week or 2, if you don't have one, even though you don't maybe know what all you're going to put on there right now, just get one started, all right? So we're going to how to post on social media to attract and not repel your potential prospects, right? So I had posted this in the beta test group too, kind of trying to entice you because I was going to talk about this tonight. I have a printable called What to Post on Social Media that you are going to have. And I'm going to tell you, it is about 9 pages long. So we're not going to be going over all of that tonight, but I'm going to go over part of it just so you have an idea. And then at the end, I'm going to go over a little bit more what you're going to see on those 9 pages. But this is really going to help you see how to post on social media to attract people. All right, so we're going to start with what we call posting vehicles. All right, you might be like, what's a posting vehicle? Well, there's different ways that we can post. So we're going to talk about the top 6 ways, or I should say the top 6 popular ways to post on social media. The first one is live videos, right? Facebook is giving live video priority treatment and better organic reach than any other content type. Live videos actually get 10 times more comments, and daily watch time for live broadcasts has grown 400%. Where brands are concerned, 82% prefer a live versus a social media post. So, you know, if we're trying to serve others, we want to be able to give them what they want. Now, I know that not everybody loves doing live videos, and that's okay, but just know if you're wanting to attract people that it may be something that you want to look into. This is a great way to boost your organic reach. Now, native videos, what's that? Well, this is any type of video in general. This could have been me today if I had been out at the golf course. I took some pictures, but if I had done some video recording, I could have just recorded and shown that on my Facebook page, and that would have been what we call a native video. So it's not like I'm sitting here and I'm doing it Facebook Live, but I'm just doing a little snippet of a video of maybe my son playing golf, and then I share that. And they say 86% of internet users who purchased a product was influenced by video content on social media, okay? So it's a great first step. Again, this isn't me necessarily doing a video with my peppermint oil, even though I may, but that may not be what I necessarily share upright in getting people to that video. So I might not say in my headline how to use peppermint vitality, right? But I might do something like if you want to be able to breathe better today, catch me on my Facebook Live, and then be able to share something like my peppermint essential oil and how I breathe it in every day. All right. Videos uploaded directly onto Facebook receive 10 times higher reach compared to YouTube links. Just a second, guys. So the more you can do straight from Facebook, excuse me, the better, because they're going to give you more business. And, you know, that only makes sense, right? A lot of people look at Facebook and they're going to say a lot of negative things, but let's think about it, okay? If you are a Young Living member, you are not going to go out and get another company's essential oil and show it in your video, right? So why would Facebook use something like YouTube more engagement than their own vehicle itself, okay? Pro tip, the majority of Facebook videos are played without sound. So the more that people can know what's going on in your video, the better. If they just see you talking like I'm talking right now, probably not going to stop because they have no idea what's going on. So you can caption your videos. And I'll be honest, I am going to look into that because I am not sure exactly how to go about that, but I've learned that now and I am going to be looking at it. How about animated text videos? This is another popular way. This is converting your text and image post into animated videos, which result in better organic reach every time. Again, people can't resist video, so any way that you can put action into your post, the better. I actually have the Ripple app. I've used it a few times. It's really actually easy. I'd kind of forgotten about it. I was like, oh yeah, I need to be doing this more. But again, this is another way that we can attract people to our post. How about animated GIFs? Who loves GIFs? So this is a graphic image, again, that moves, right? This movement helps attract your fans' attention in the newsfeed. To make one work on Facebook, you just copy and paste the URL of the animated GIF into Facebook's status update box. Then you can add text as usual. But know that if you're doing this from a computer, and you can't share a photo or video that way, it doesn't work. So you want to make sure that you're uploading it first. And you can check out these apps. There's Giphy.com, Canva.com, EasyGIF.com, GIFmaker.com. These are all ways that we can do some animated using the GIFs. And then graphics. Now again, these are ones that you make or use, okay? And these are going to represent your brand, you, who you are, or whatever business name you have, and not necessarily Young Living. So as much as I love a lot of the wonderful, beautiful graphics out there that people are putting out for Young Living, again, your personal Facebook page and your business page is not necessarily the place for those. And then text, right? Often just a simple text is all you need. Some people, I know I'm guilty of this. I'm going through and it's like video, 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 video. I'm like, I don't have time for that. And then I see just a few little words and I stop. Oh, look, there's just a little fill in the blank. Okay? So you want to be able to do a little bit of all of these. So I have a 9-page social media posting guideline that's going to have that information on there. It's going to go a little bit more in detail about how you can use those 6. And then we're going to talk about this, and this is also in there. It's called the goal of 20 posts per week using the 12 by 6 by 2 rule. Now, I know a lot of people have heard the 80-20. Who's heard of 80-20? 80% of your stuff is not business related, and then 20% of it's business related. So if you did 10 posts for the week, 8 posts would be lifestyle, and 2 posts would be business related. The attraction marketers out there have found that this is really like the way to go. Okay, so we're going to talk about this a little bit more, but think about 12 by 6 by 2 rule. This is if you had 20 posts for the week. 12 are called branding posts. These 12 posts should relate to your branding and are non-business related, okay? Now in that, I'm going to call it almost like a little workbook because it's 9 pages long. It's actually going to go through all different types of branding posts, and at the end I'm going to show you a little bit more of some of what those branding posts are. But know in the booklet it's going to explain. I even have some pictures of what other people have posted to give you an idea. All right? 6, remember this is 12 by 6 by 2 to get all 20. This is 6 inspiring posts, okay? And you don't need to necessarily post the word Young Living or a specific product, but you can be thinking about those things while you're posting it, if that makes sense. So you don't necessarily have to say that someone has had this wonderful experience because of, you know, a lavender that they used today, but you can talk about the story itself. And then 2 power posts. Again, a power post paints a picture for your audience of what their life could be like. To accomplish this, use emotional and inspirational language. So you will learn more about that, but we just didn't have time tonight for me to go through all those. But I want you to know that 20 posts could be all on your personal page. 20 posts could be all on your business page. You could split those up. You're going to set your own goals as we move forward through these modules, but you may just be thinking about it. And as I'm going to show you a content calendar in a little bit, you can be kind of thinking how you can put this into your day. So Facebook groups, that's the number 3. So we had our personal, we had our business, and now we have Facebook groups. I'm just going to talk about that for just a moment. Okay, the goal for Facebook groups, this is where like-minded gather on a specific topic. That's like our 6 Squared strategy group, right? Or this beta test Facebook group. This is where it's appropriate to train, teach, share sales promos about Young Living, about the business, depending on what type of group it is. When we are sharing things that are outside of the realm of what people are like-minded, that's when we're not really helping. Okay, that's when we're kind of repelling instead of attracting. So remember, social media, specifically our personal page, is for socializing. Remember, our business page is where we serve and where we're going to market what we have to offer. Okay, but when you have groups, once you attract people, then putting them into a group for what they are and what could benefit them is definitely something that you can do. So when you have new team members, whether you're plugging them into an existing group or you're starting your own or have your own, Oil Revolution, Grow Workspace, Young Living, they all have great graphics, great information that you can use to educate your members. So I just wanted to share that because we want to make sure that we're using each of those in the correct and proper way to really build our business effectively. All right, so do what the top leading attraction marketers do to make a six-figure income. You want to know what they do? Anybody curious? Let's find out, right? Well, we're going to talk about what they do and what they don't do, right? I've actually got two different handouts for you that you can print off, but I want you to know that we've all made these mistakes. So if you say, oh my goodness, as I go through this, I did this just today, that is okay. That's why we're going through this training. We're all guilty of doing some of these things in the past, but what we want to do is learn from it. And our goal is to attract people to us and not to repel them. And that's in person and online. Okay, so all of these can be used both ways. We do want to invite our friends to like our business page. Remember that, okay? You want to invite them. This is a place for them to choose whether or not they want to help and promote your business. You can do this easily. There's three little dots next to the share button, and you can invite your friends to your business page. This is a great way to kind of get them back into what maybe you're doing. If your friends opt to like your business page, now it's no longer annoying when they see what you have to offer, okay? Because you've given them a choice. Remember, we all love a choice. Here's the thing to not do. Do not take it personally if they don't accept. It's okay. Everybody is not going to be your target audience, okay? Christine, I see you because you're right under me. I'm going to use you as an example again. Not everybody needs a housekeeper, okay? Not everybody wants to clean their house. Some people prefer both things to be both dirty and not have anybody else do it, not do it. And those people are not people that she wants to attract, right? And that's okay, okay? So they don't go to her Facebook page because they're not interested. We don't want her feelings to get hurt, okay? Do share useful posts or events from your business page to your personal profile. So this is a great opportunity, and I'm going to use Christine again, because if she had done her invite from her business page and then posted it on her personal page, she could bring it over and share it. Then they know that she is a professional. This is coming from her business page, and but she's sharing it because she wants all of her friends and family to know what she has to offer. All right. So know that this is a good way for people to, this kind of just sets you apart other than it just being on your personal page. Because remember, our personal page is for socializing. Okay. And you can just select the share at the bottom of the post, and then at the top, you'll be able to share on your own timeline instead of share on a page you manage, okay? Or, I mean, where you're going to push share on a page you manage. And if you have several different pages, it'll let you choose or pick them. So if I'm on my E3 Health and I want to share it onto my timeline, I just click that, all right? Now, do post important business information on your business page. So this includes how people can get in touch with you the best way, the services you offer, so special events, business referrals for colleagues in adjacent industries that maybe would look like somebody like Christine. I might want to post her on if I know that she's using Thieves, right? So that people know when I have another, a carpet cleaning guy who uses Thieves. And so when people are asking me, you know, who would you go to? If I have his information on my page, it would be easy for people to see. You can also take advantage of the ability to use a prominent button on your business page. This could maybe say learn more, or for people to contact you, but this is a way to customize a call to action. Do not make your personal post public, okay? So I know in the past I've been guilty because I wasn't using my business page to the effect that it needs to be used. And so I wanted to kind of use my personal page as my business page. And I know a lot of us have done that. But just know that you can have your personal page and just mark friends only. So just the people that are you have agreed to see your stuff, so that when you're sharing pictures of maybe your family and kids and stuff, you don't have to be concerned that anybody and everybody can see it. This also works to your advantage if you happen to share from your business page to your personal page, and then people are like, you know, or I should say, if you were to just like copy and paste from your business page and put it on your personal page instead of sharing it from your business page, if you have it on friends only, then they're not going to be able to share that with people that aren't your friends. But from your business page, everybody can see it because it's open. So this allows you to keep those things that you want hidden, but also keeps everything available from your business page. Hope that made sense. Do not post all of your business updates on your personal Facebook. So I just a minute ago said post a few things, but not everything. All right. So let's say you do the 12-6-2 and you decide, I'm just going to do all 20 on my business page, and then I'll just share them over to my personal page, and now I've got 20 on both, right? No. All right. Occasionally, for things that we think that are going to be helpful to the people that are on our personal page, that's when we're going to share it. But we're not going to share everything because we want them over on the business page. They don't need to see everything twice. Do engage your audience with trending topics in your industry. So again, depending on what you decide is going to be your focus. Again, Christina's here right underneath me, and so I see her every time I'm looking at this. But again, if her industry is cleaning, this is a perfect time for her to be able to share, you know, maybe those California closets or something, right? How wonderful those are. So she can post something about that because that would be in her industry. For me, it's health and wellness. So if I see something regarding health and wellness, this is when I would be able to share that on my business page, okay? And this allows people to see more about what you are and that you're serving them. Do post content that's accessible to everyone. So again, make sure that if you're sharing something, we don't want to share from a group. So, you know, I don't know how many times, you know, maybe we have a video or something from maybe our 6 Squared Strategy group, and people are like, oh, I can't share that. Well, that's because they're not part of that group. Right? And so if you're in a group, you don't want to share that to other people. Now, there's times that maybe there's something that you want to copy and paste if it's, you know, accessible and that way. But just know that you're not wanting to, when you're posting content on your business page, is something that you're going to post that's going to be accessible to everyone. So it's information that you're putting together and that people can see. All right. So let's see here. What I'm going to be giving you guys tonight, again, is there's going to be 2 different do's and do nots of Facebook networking. We went over one of them tonight, and you're going to get that what to post on social media. And now we're going to talk about the #1 goal to attracting people to you. All right. So I'm going to ask you this question, this little fill in the blank, and I would love for you guys to put in the chat box. Your #1 goal is to create blank. What do you think I'm looking for in that blank? And this is in regards to attracting instead of repelling. Do we have anybody? A connection, community, curiosity, interest, attraction, relationships. Those all sound good. I haven't seen the correct answer yet, but those sound good. Anybody else? Do we have anybody? All right, business. So your #1 goal is to create. Oh, it didn't let me. I was going to try to do the next thing. Trust. Okay. Your number one goal is to create trust. People will not buy from you if they don't like and trust you. All right? So I know that's hard if you're like, oh my gosh, people haven't been buying from me. Does that mean people don't trust me? Well, not saying that. I'm just saying that is what we're wanting to do if we want people to buy from us. It really is that simple. Okay, we want to create unshakable trust and build rapport with our prospects as quickly and as humanly possible, but no, it's not going to be in an instant. Okay, just think about how long it's taken you maybe to trust somebody. How long did it take you to trust me to even come into this group and do this beta test group? So know that trust is something that has to be built upon. It's not going to be instantaneous. But I'm going to actually show you 4 ways how you can show your audience that they can trust you. All right? Y'all ready to hear 4 ways? The number 1 way is to write to one person. All right? So when you're writing a post, or if you were to send an email or do a personal message or a project broadcast or anything that you're sending out, even if it's to a lot of people, we want that person to feel like they're the one. Okay? So, you want to focus on that one person, and you could use one person that you're actually thinking about. I could be thinking about Sunshine as I'm writing this up, but also Christine and Beth and Micah could all be reading it, and they could be that one too. But also there's what we call an avatar. Has anybody heard of an avatar before? Okay. An avatar is a person that you put together that is that one person that you are talking to when you're posting or when you're writing a message. Okay, so I have a customer or an avatar worksheet that you're going to be able to go through this week. Okay, and what it does is it just helps you again find that one person that you're wanting to serve. This is a person that's made up, okay? It's not necessarily any, you can use people that you know as an idea, but this person isn't necessarily a real person, but it's the person that if you had, if you could find that perfect person to serve, that would be them, all right? Told you guys I have lots of worksheets for you this week, okay? So you want them to feel like you're talking to them personally, like it's a conversation, which is bringing us to number 2, creating a conversation, okay? So our goal is to post like we're talking to that one person, but we want them to reply back. We want them to comment. And sometimes we're going to post on there, you know, comment below. But man, if we can write this correctly, we don't even need to write comment below or to give me information because they want to. They feel like you were talking to them. Now, I'm going to do another shout out because Micah here is looking at me, but she has been doing an awesome job. If any of you guys are friends with her on Facebook, have really, if you are a mom, I would say that would be her avatar. But if you are a mom with young kids, or you are wishing your kids were still young and getting to see her cute little son, who reminds me of mine because he's little blondie and stuff. But and I'm going to try not to cry. I don't know why I'm getting all emotional right now, but she does. I'm going to just say that her posts make me, they make me want to comment. And I told you guys earlier, I am not good about stopping and liking and commenting, okay? But I can tell you, Micah's posts make me want to stop, like, and comment, okay? And I'm going to be honest, which is probably a sad thing to admit to you guys because most of you are my team members. I probably like, comment on her post more than anybody else on my team, and I've never even met her in person. But I get to in a few months, all right? And the reason why is the information that she posts really, really attracts me to wanting to know more about what's going on with her life, okay? She is a very good example of attraction marketing, okay? And she has enrolled a lot of people. I'm just going to tell you. She's told me how many personally enrolled she has. That may not be on her top line, but that she's personally enrolled. And it's a lot because people are attracted to what she has to say, right? So think about creating that conversation. You want to build a relationship and start developing trust. Picture yourself sitting across the table. Again, I feel like her and I have already sat across the table and talked to one another just because of what I have read about her and her life. If You're not writing like you're writing for your English teacher, okay? So this isn't about making sure everything is perfect and everything is lined up as an essay. This is just about real life, okay? And you're going to write like you talk. So number 3 is forget the pitch fest, all right? Remember, every post, message, whatever you're sending, think about the person first. Okay, if you want to leave a call to action, like I said, comment below, or if they want more information, you can do that, but you're not selling the product. You're leading them to you, and then you can give them more, which leads me to what it is we want to be sharing, okay? So we want to inform and we want to entertain. I believe the best way to engage your audience is to wrap your message, what they call infotainment, right? This is entertainment coupled with information. And the reason why is because valuable content educates and entertains, okay? And let's be honest, we all love to be entertained, okay? That's why we watch movies. That's why we watch TV shows. That's why we follow sports. That's why we go to concerts. And guys, we spend money on being entertained, right? We crave entertainment. It's a desire, a need we all have. This is why people that are busy can find time to scroll through Facebook and watch a cat video, all right? Because they want to be entertained. And so when we send out something that's entertaining, people are more likely to check it out, right? Because people want to be entertained. They're going to click out of just curiosity. Again, I'm going to go back to Micah. There's time, like her little boy, guys, I'm serious, is so, so cute. Like you just want to stop just because he's so cute. But she'll like have him in front of this huge fire truck. Like you want to know where they're at, what they're doing. Like you just want out in the snow, in front of some flowers. I mean, whatever. But she pulls you in just by looking at the picture, but the information that she gives you, it's entertaining. It's funny. I'm laughing at some of the things that she is sharing because it does entertain me. So just think about curiosity. So like I said, a big fire truck made me curious. Got to stop, got to look at that, right? Intrigue, entertainment, information is going to make a great message. And the easiest way to do this is with stories. If you've ever heard facts tell, but stories sell. And who are you selling? Your brand, who you are, what it is that you have to offer others, okay? So you want your messages to be some type of story. I'm just using Micah again as an example because that's what she is sharing. She is sharing her stories with the life of her and her little boy and her husband, okay? Facebook Lives, again, or remember, videos are so, so important. They engage people. So you can do a story in a Facebook Live. You don't want them to be too long. I am history of being too long. My stories can go on forever and ever. But, you know, try and bring it down to something that people are going to watch. If you want to know some interesting things I've learned, if you are trying to attract people to go to something else, you want your video to be 5 minutes or less, okay? If you are more about educating people on something specific, 12 to 20 minutes or 19 minutes, I think is what they said, but 12 to 19 minutes is more of how you want it, the length you want it to be. So if it's too short, we're not able to give them enough information, so we want to give them enough to send them to another video, which might be more of the 12 to 19 minutes. And then anything longer than that, that's something you're invited and you're going to call like a webinar, like what we're doing tonight, right? We don't want to call this a Facebook Live little story time because this people are going to know. So you want to make sure that how you're sending out that information is going to be time efficient too, okay? Remember, your life is an inspiration. Okay, so think about how you can share stories to inspire others. What your stories can be about, again, that can be about your family, your kids, your pets, your neighbors, relatives, just everyday stuff. Literally everything that happens in a day is a potential story that you can share. Okay, it is a skill that you have to work on. So I'm going to be giving you guys some information right now on how you can start doing that, putting that into effect. So I'm going to stop sharing this because I'm going to share something else. Let's see. Me share. I'm going to share first what we are going to have you guys as accountability partners do this next week. Okay. I want you to get clear about who your target market. Can y'all see that? I don't know if that's sharing. Let me see. Let me go again. Share. Now you can. Okay. There we go. You're going to get clear about who your target market, your avatar, your client, whatever you want to call them, okay? I know some people are like, I don't like to call them a prospect. Well, maybe you're going to call them a client. Well, I don't feel like I have a client. Then call them a target market. There's so many names. You call them whatever you want, but you want to be clear about who that person is. So remember I gave you, you're going to have a avatar worksheet that you can work from. But you're also going to have these questions that I really want you to really kind of go over, not just on your own, but also with your accountability partner. Because I find that when we, oh, can you all see that? My computer's doing weird things. Okay. When we talk these things over, we're better able to see what's going on. So you're going to talk about who your client, your avatar, whatever you want to call them is. I'm not going to go through the sheet because of our time, but I just want you to know you'll have it. You're going to walk through it, and it's going to lead you all the way to putting together a marketing mission statement. Okay. And then why storytelling is everything and how you can start putting these things into stories. Okay, so it's like a storytelling framework in action. All right. So we're going to be going over this next week with your accountability partner right here. Okay. And then I want to show you this last part before we get done. This is what we call the social media content calendar. Okay, and I'm going to get to the calendar part real quick. This is something that you're going to be able to have for yourself. Now, this is not going to be for everybody. I just want you to know that this is an option for you. All the information that's on here will be on handouts that you're going to be able to print off yourself. But if you are computer savvy and you would like a way to be able to put together a content calendar online, this is one way of doing it. But I'm going to walk through the different parts here. This is a calendar in itself that I could be putting to get together and ready in pretty much 60 seconds is kind of what they like to say, of organizing for each one, so that by the end of the time that I'm spending on this, I would know what it is I'm going to be posting for that week or for that month, however I want to set it up. So this has the day, it has the time, and then posting vehicles. So remember we talked about posting vehicles, but you can come down here, if this will let me click on it. If I click on that, it's going to give me different posting vehicles, live, video, native, all the things we talked about. I can copy graphic and then come back to my calendar and put in graphic like I did earlier here on posting vehicles. All right. Now, posting type. This here I can come in, and these were our branding post, our inspiring post, and our power post that we talked about. Now you're going to see underneath here lots of different choices, and on that 9-page that I give you, it's going to go through what all of these mean, but I just want to let you know what you can do is go in and say, hey, I know for this month I want to do at least one random fun post. So I could copy and paste that and put it on my calendar for, you know, April 3rd. All right. And then there's inspiring posts, and there's different ones. Again, it's all in those worksheets. It's going to tell you more, and I've given you examples, but these are like success posts, inspirational posts, transformational posts, and stories. This is really our story part. And then the power posts are like breaking news, experience posts, lifestyle posts. Again, more information that you're going to be able to see. Now, if we come over here to, let me go back to the calendar real quick. You're going to be able to see the post type. I can put it here, and then values, branding, and archetype. Now, I hope a few of you had done the archetype. I know some of you shared. What this little place here helps me stay focused on helping people that I can attract, okay? I am probably not going to attract an older man that likes to golf, but my husband would. All right. And if I was attracting them, that's not the type of person that I really care to attract. All right. Other than my husband. So my values and my branding are something that I can look at whenever I'm posting to make sure. So I have my values over here. So when you guys get this, you're going to put your own values in there. But for me personally, on my personal page, I want to make sure that every time I post, or if I'm going to share something, that they fall under these 6 values that I've set kind of as my parameters. All right. So typically, if you see a post from me, you're going to see faith, or you're going to see family, or you're going to see something health related, or maybe a leadership event that I put together, or how I'm helping others. Or right now, we're really focused on living our dreams. So you might see those type of things. Okay. In the branding category here, this is more of what I'm going to have being posted on my E3 Health business page. So health stuff, wellness. I'm a physical therapist. I can do consults. I'm coaching people. I'm a mom on a mission to help other moms. Educate, empower, enjoy are like my 3 basic words when I'm posting. I want to make sure I'm educating them, or I'm empowering them, or they're going to enjoy something I have. And then the archetype was that stuff that was about branding overall. So as a sage, I want to bring wisdom to whatever I'm sharing, whether it's on my personal page or it's on my business page. I would hope that when people see my information that they see intelligence. I'm truth-seeking, clarity of thought, research, facts and figures. I'm a problem solver, a health detective. So these things help me as I'm setting up my post, knowing that I'm not just throwing something else out there, because here's the truth. A lot of times it's easier just to share somebody else's stuff. But if I share somebody else's stuff, it's not going to necessarily be my brand. It's not going to be who I am. It's going to be who they are. And I'm going to be attracting people to them, but not necessarily to myself. All right. And then the last thing, I have another handout that you guys are going to have available on headlines. So again, I'm not going to go through this completely just because of time, but I want you to know that this handout that you will have about headlines, headlines are very, very important when we're posting. So I used 3 or 4 different headlines that I put together to bring you guys to this webinar, this Zoom call tonight. So if you saw those, they were all blue boxes with red font. Because I wanted to practice a little bit, but I wanted you to see how those work. So it could be in a graphic. It can just be on our post. It's not going to be every single time, but there are times if you're going to be bringing people to something like a webinar or a class that you're going to do, this is when you're going to want to use a headline. And so social proof headlines I have on the left. These are things that have been proven to work in the past. All right. So you might have seen this in a magazine. Savvy people do blank, right? Or sexy people do blank, you know. Why I blank, and maybe you should too. All right. And then there's gain headlines. This is how people can gain something from coming and listening or watching or reading what you have to offer. So maybe it's if you can blank, you can blank. So, you know, if you can vacuum, you can whatever. So just know that these are things that they can gain from. And then let's be honest, some people are not inspired from gain, but they are inspired by threats. So maybe saying something, warning, don't buy another until you read this, okay? So warning, don't buy another household cleaner until you read this, and then we can share, you know, more about all the nasty stuff said in household cleaners, and then that leads them to making a comment about what type of household cleaner do you use, and then you're able to share that information with them. Okay, so going back to what this content calendar looks like, I have so many things up here, it's not letting me see here. We would be able to put in our headlines right here, again, like warning, don't buy another, and so they can see that until you read this, okay? And then we want to have a call to action or an offer when we're doing a post. It may just be comment below. It may be one of these other choices that we have down here. I've just put a few. You can write in your own, type in your own. But maybe your offer is to invite them to a class, invite to a webinar or a curiosity call or to a survey or a coaching call or enroll now. And we're going to talk more about how this will work, but just know that the social media content calendar is a way to do that. I just wanted to give you guys something to kind of be thinking about as we're moving forward on how you can start really sharing online. You don't have to wait until you know how to do all of this. You can just start doing a few things. Just like Christine was able to take a little bit that she learned last week and put it into her business. I was able to take a little bit of what I'm learning and put it into some posts to engage you guys to come here and watch this webinar tonight. So we're going to open this up because that is what I have for tonight, and I want to make sure that if anybody has any questions, you're able to ask me those questions as we go forward right now. So Christine says my green is showing. Yes, yes, it is. And to be honest, I'm really a paper kind of person. But you know what? I gave you guys lots and lots of papers, and putting that all into a way that's simple to see online was going to have to be used that way. So, you know, like I said, it's not going to be for everybody, but you'll have all that information outside of this Google sheet, and you can be able to do however you want, which may just look like a regular calendar that you want to put things on. But we want to start being intentional. Sunshine, can you unmute everybody? All right, ladies. Any questions? Feel free to ask. I'm gonna share. There we go.
I'm just going to say it sounds really daunting to put myself out there. And
Yes.
right now I just feel like I'm going to just do RV life with kids gone and cat videos. I guess I could find something humorous to do.
Yes. And again, I mean, you're going to, as you go through this, you might find some other things other than RV and cats. But if that's where you want to spend your time, definitely think about attracting those kind of people. As I hear a kitty cat.
Yeah.
And remember, I'm giving you guys lots of information. I want you to be thinking about taking a little bit of that and what you can start with now. Which if you're not normally doing videos and learning about what you learned tonight about videos, then that may be a place to start. Mom said when we see this over in printouts. Say that again, Mom. I'm not sure if I understand. I will have all the printouts in the beta test group for you guys to be able to print out. What you're asking?
Hey, Shauna, I have a question for you.
Okay.
When you say like your fan business page, I'm a little confused on what you mean. I know that there's a specific business page you can get from Facebook, but I also know like you can start, like I shut down my business page, but I do have like a Facebook group I started that is just with my old.
Right. Group is different. It's a whole different thing. And there is a whole handout that I've got that will set you up on walking through to get a business page.
Okay.
So you can print that off and just walk through the steps to start your own business page. And remember, your fan, it's also called a fan page because you can just call it Tina, all right? Or your business page can be something specific if you have a name that you want to use. And think about this as how you serve others. So Tina, I know that we talked about how you sew and stuff. So this, that's one way that you serve others. Know that this does not have to necessarily all be about oils. This is about something on the way you can serve others.
I do have a business page with my sewing. That's kind of ironic though, isn't it?
Okay. So you do already have a business page. So right now you may not want to start another business page. That might be something that you're going to be able to utilize to help attract people.
Okay.
Okay. And we can talk about that more as you go, but I just want to make sure that everybody has at least a personal page and has a business page as we move forward.
Okay.
So Shauna,
Yes,
business-
Melissa?
the business page would be just for everybody, but a group would be like for your team.
Yes, a group is a specific, you're talking to specific people that have something in common. So in our case, an oily group would be those people that are oilers. Some people like to start a group, a Facebook group, just to do classes that they invite people that are not members to. And those people specifically know they're coming to that group. But again, it's like-minded. So think about a group as it's, whether it's public or private, it's people coming in and they know why they're there. So when you guys came to the beta test group, you all knew that you were coming there for this training, okay? If you're in part of Sunshine's group, she has her product Facebook group. If you're part of mine, I send people to the Got Oils support group that Rhonda keeps going because she's great at doing that Facebook group. All right. So we want to think about your business fan page is totally different than a group. All right. Any other questions? Nope. Everybody's quiet.
Thank you. You gave us so much information.
I know.
Yes.
I'm excited to get into the worksheets and see
Yes.
what I
Well,
learned.
and like I said, the information that you're going to have is things that are going to help you to start posting. But your homework is going to be to figure out who you specifically want to be marketing to. All right? Any other questions or comments? I'll reply to you in just a minute, Sunshine.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Hope everybody has a wonderful night.
Thank you.
All right. We'll
Thanks.
talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Good night.